So we're back to our annual trip up in Terrace and of course fishing the Skeena River and some other trips if we have the chance. What do we expect today? You know what? I really love the sink tips now.
Yeah.
I've got all my sink tips. I've got the light sink tips for the slow water. I've got my T11s, 14s, 17s for the faster water. And you've got your techniques you like using now.
Well, I use a variety of different things. I'm liking this one with the jig now. Use a light sink tip and about 6 feet a leader and a jig fly.
Yeah.
No, it's just basically a jig that's tied like a fly,
Yeah. Wow,
and it just bounces along the bottom. The key is you got to be on the bottom. Whatever technique you use, they say, you know, we're not swinging for Atlantic salmon. You know, you got to be a T17. If it's fast water, you got to be down in their face.
And we're going to show that. I'm going to show that technique. I'm going to really focus on it and show the length of leaders and stuff. Like you got to be on the bottom. We mention that all the time. If you're not on the Skeena, it's the way it is. We got clear waters. Yeah, so, you know, whenever we have clear waters too, we got a lot of fish that are active, right? I find they run deeper and they're much more bitey. So it should be a good day.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right on. Well, that's today. So take your sport fishing.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses, Humminbird Fish Finders, First Tellurium Corporation, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
What do you have?
Oh man, well, it hit her right on the top of the swing, and I think it's a coho. I mean, it's took to the air pretty good. So what is it?
Looks like a sockeye.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a sockeye? It is.
Sockeye.
But look at So the hook is there, and a lot of times they get them in the tip.
Yeah.
So, you know, sockeye, people say, well, you can't get them on a fly. Well, we catch a lot on the fly, just like that.
And with the clear water,
It's
easier for them
They're more aggressive. So, I mean, I would say there's a lower percentage of sockeye you catch on the fly. Like a lot of times you false hook them. Yeah. But that guy, he won it.
That's one lucky sockeye.
It is. This is lucky day. Yeah, nice. Little, and you know when it jumped, it looked like a big coho, right off the bat. But sockeye. Excellent. Coho?
Coho, I think, yeah.
Coho. Yeah, looks like a nice coho. I'll see.
Spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, I think Get it in there. All right.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
But look at that, eh? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we're catching lots that size, hey?
Tons this size.
The little smaller size
Yeah,
this
like
year.
the
Well,
boys-
we've got some bigger ones though. We just keep plugging to the big guys.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, all these little guys, we'll hold them up there briefly. Yeah, they're all like the, you know, the 5-6 pound range.
Yeah, I'll see if I can flip them over the net there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, gorgeous. Oh. So I'm going to quickly review how I'm casting here. So again, I'm just wading out to a foot of water. Get that line straight out, and you're just using a down and across. Again, just, oh gee, that guy hit right away. Oh gee, whoa, whoa. Something big, oh man, right away. Just smoked it in that pocket. Wow, just at the end of my swing. So again, just casting out. I've got the T14 tip, a few feet, a 20-pound test. Now, I like to use 20. Anything lighter than 20 pound, you're gonna get busted off a lot of times. So 20-pound test down to your fly, a few feet. You want a shorter amount of fluoro on there only because you want the fly down with that sink tip. If you're using lighter sink tips, like T11s, you can get away with a lot, you know, probably 4 to 6 feet. But with the heavier sink tips, you want to keep that fly down in the zone with the sink tip. And the big key, again, the fish are on the bottom. Like when the fish are on the bottom, you got to be just trailing that fly because the fish cruise up, hug the rocks, and you got to put it in front of them. Of course, the bigger fish have to stay up a little bit, like the big coho and steelhead, and even chum. So you can have your fly just drift in about 6 inches, maybe 6 inches off the bottom, and you should be good. So I've been working the sink tip this morning. It's actually been really good in this one area. The water's starting to drop, kind of losing my pocket. So I'm gonna go up and see Dale. He's working the jig up above, and maybe we'll show everybody a little bit of that jig technique, working the pocket water up above, because I know it's killer for coho up there. So, what's up? How you making out?
Pretty good. I got 3 or 4 coho.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just doing the little plop with the jig.
Oh, with the jig.
Yeah, this is fast pocket water. So it seems to be where it's most effective.
Yeah.
But again, you got to wait for a run of fish. So I got a little sink tip.
Yeah.
I have about a 6-foot leader, a swivel there, so you're a twist of the jig.
Yeah.
It's a nice jump.
Oh, is it ever? A couple
He's
big
way-
arrows. But look at where they go. See, that's the only problem here.
Yeah, he's
They
way,
go way out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be able to, you know, I should be able to just let him swim back. I don't know if it'll look like a coho when it jumps. Look like a nice sized coho. Now he's coming back over. But
Okay.
see, that's the cool part about this area. See where they go in that fast water? They just swim right out, and it's tough. But as long as you can turn their head, you can get them in.
Finally battled him over somewhat to the edge, but I'll have to go in and try to net.
Just got to keep that sidewards heat on them. Jeez, it's fighting harder than a coho though. Can't tell, haven't seen them, but.
Maybe a steelhead. Could be tricky with the net job.
Jig's out. Oh, geez, I think it's a steelhead, Dale.
Might be a little steelhead.
It is. It is. Look at it.
Yeah.
It is. You keep them wet. Look at that. That's just a nice little guy. There he goes.
A little steelhead.
That is rare. You know what? I very rarely get the steelhead on that color jig. Normally, it's always on the darker jig.
Yeah.
But it
why
shows
wouldn't
you
they hit it?
just right here, like just
right in the
right in front.
edge. Yeah.
So I joined Dale up on the top here, just found a nice little steelhead. I just want to talk about what we do here. So essentially, I don't even use a tip. Really, I can go straight to my my heavy dry line. because you're just essentially dapping out. Just plopping it because it's really deep water. So right there, that's about 3 to 4 feet, these little holes. There's a rock right here, and these fish, there's boulders. I can see some boulders out there and down below, and the fish just come and sit behind these boulders, and all we're doing is just allowing that fly to kind of swing through and see who sees it and grabs it. I heard something up here.
Psycho, oh yeah, that was scooting across the surface. I was pulling it back up and he smoked it.
Oh yeah?
Nice coho.
And look at the little pocket water. I mean, we're just fishing, you know, you see how clear the water is, and where these jigs really shine is in clean water. I mean, that's when they really crank up.
Yeah, they don't like that coming by. Coming by their snout,
yeah.
eh?
Yeah, right on the top. Wow. So he attacked it.
And he went for some ballistic. He's gonna really go when he wants to. Oh.
So right in this little pocket.
All right, yeah, just right there.
But see, if you look, it's super shallow here, but it's, you know, 2 feet, 3 feet where they can tuck in, still in shelter, right? It's just enough cover. But those coho, they can't stand that jig in front of their face.
They don't like it coming through, and it bounced along the bottom. Like I say, I've got a little about 6 foot leader.
Yeah, but your leader isn't even on the water.
No, it's not. I've got a swivel up here so that the jig doesn't twist.
No, because it twists.
It doesn't give it any weight. The jig just bounces, but we're only dapping. And then that, for pocket water, you can't beat it. We've tried it on the big wide open, but unless it's clean, like a river mouth, then it works. But you got to put it right in front of their face.
Yeah, well, anywhere out there you can see it's still murky, right? It's still, you know, probably a few feet of viz, but anywhere in tight where those coho run, there you go, jig technique, it's fantastic. And I'm thinking I'm gonna try a little more and I might head down and try the sink tip again, you know, for the afternoon. Yeah, I had such a good morning. I think now that it's getting into the afternoon, I might get at it. We'll see if we got a couple more here.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses, Humminbird Fish Finders, First Tellurium Corporation, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
That's a big coho. Big coho. Whoa. 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 Real big. Oh. Look at. Wow. Look at him rip. Whoa. Whoa. This is a big coho. Oh, man. This guy's got some meat to him. Oh, wow. Oh no. Looks like a nice coho. It was sure going crazy. It was taken to the air. Man. But you know, it doesn't look that big. It might be a steelhead because it was skying all over. Looks like a steelhead, doesn't it?
Looks like a steelhead.
Yeah, it looks like a steelhead. I think it is. Gonna be able to get out there a bit and net them?
Yeah, hard to tell. They're so, but it looks like a steelhead.
Oh, it's a steelhead for sure.
No.
Oh.
He went right around. It's funny how they can see the net too, eh? He just totally went around.
It is a steelhead though, isn't it? Dale.
What's that?
It is a steelhead.
No, I'm not sure. I can't tell.
Oh, I can tell from here. Isn't it gray?
All those.
Oh no, that's That's a steelhead for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Get him out a bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous steel. Just the way, you know, with steelhead, I put on a Judas, and right away, as soon as that is flicking down there, those steelhead, man, he scared the heck out of me. He just took it. Okay, I'll take the net. I just want to keep him in enough water.
You want me to try? I'll hold your rod.
Yeah, if you hold the rod. Oh, look at it, Judah's out.
It's out.
Just see, they get it right in there.
The tip.
Those steelhead are beautifully good. Look at that. But you know, that's kind of our standard size this year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
the
Rick
10,
had a really big one,
well, he
but
did.
that was about
But
the only.
you know, these are like the 10 plus pound range. And again, you want to always handle the steelhead in fast water, so we keep them in the net. I step on the net so that I don't lose it. And then we just keep them wet. Oh, gee. Oh, gee. There he goes. Oh,
He's recovered.
yeah, he's gone. There he is. Look at him. He's just sitting here.
Yeah, just make sure he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes. So let's review some of the tips I like to use on my double hand rod. So again, I have a double hand rod. It's a nice loop. It's one of my favorites I use up here all the time. The NXT, it's a 12-footer, 7-weight. It's just perfect. You know, it's easy to flick the line out. You don't have to cast far here, very rarely. So it's perfect setup. What I like to do on this rod is put on a Skagit head. It's just a floating head, 22-footer. Just helps load the rod a little bit when you flick it out there. But if you got a heavier sink tip, again, you're not casting far. So again, the Skagit heads on the top, and then I have the various tips. Now, if you look at all the various tips, I've got my T11s. I've got some really clear, you know, intermediates. Essentially, it goes from an intermediate sink to a type 3 to a type 4 when I'm fishing really the slacker water. So if I'm in especially the head of a run, we don't get the head of runs very often because the guides are always in there early. They get up early. We wake up naturally. We don't get up till you know, 8 o'clock. We come out. A lot of the good, really beautiful head end runs seams are taken, but they're always using, you know, lighter sink tips, which are good. You know, we've got the lighter sink tips. Down in a little quicker water that we fish, that's when I get into the heavier sink tips. I've got the T11s here. I like T11s. Right now I'm using a T14. I've got a T14 tip on, only because I'm fishing a little faster water and a little bit deeper. So I'm actually working about 2 to 3 feet of water that's just quicker than walking speed, slightly quicker. That's why I'm going to a T14. A T11, a lot of times I'll use when it's true walking speed and it is just nice and shallow, right? You're fishing 2 feet of water, shallow, and when I either go rid of the head of the runs, something very light. You don't need to get down when it's really slow water, even deeper, even 3-4 feet, but slow. And sometimes you need the T17. So I'll use a T17 when it's quite quick and I'm fishing deeper water. Sometimes that's the case. Right now with clear water, I definitely want to use the heavier tips. In the clear water, the fish run deeper. Remember that. Clean water, the fish run deeper. If the water's slightly colored, they'll run a lot shallower and you can get away with the lighter tips. Also remember, the fish are on the bottom. They don't come cruising up like, you know, like in lakes and rivers, other rivers where they kind of cruise up and look around and stuff. They're hugging the bottom. They're finding that path of least resistance, so they'll hunker down behind boulders and rocks. So look for those pockets. Look for the pockets that you can swing that fly into that's about 2 or 3 feet deep that those fish will hunker down behind and see your fly. And as they move through and as they move on the edges, if your fly's swinging through there or actually dangling in there, they'll grab it. But you gotta be near the bottom. If you're not on the bottom out here, you're not fishing. So there are some tips for you, and those are all the tips I like to use on my 12-foot double hand rod.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses, Humminbird Fish Finders, First Tellurium Corporation, and Hardy Rods and Reels.
Boy, coho coming through. Looks like Rickster's got a nice one on right now. And I think the Bulldog's fighting one down here. What is it, Dale? Coho?
Coho.
Nice. Oh, got a Ricksters. That looks nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, he looks nice. That's good. Should be able to get him there. It's a nice pocket right here. Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at all. I don't even have to net him. He's just stuck there. Look at all the sea lice on him.
Yeah, he got
All the
infested,
marks.
eh?
Yeah. All the marks.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, the Judah's been good, eh? They've been
Yeah.
chomping that Judah. Yeah, he's kind of right in the...
Yeah, right there. It's normally where they get it, right in the side top.
Chomps
Yeah,
the
they
bait.
are good. You know, just coho are just so aggressive. They're awesome fish, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
coho and steelhead are. They're just an awesome fish.
Oh,
I don't want to go.
yeah. Out of the net.
There he goes. There he goes. I'll take a break and show my exact setup. So I explained this when I was showing you the tips, but this is what I'm actually using. I got the loop NXT, my 12-footer, 12 and a bit. It's a 7-weight, perfect. I've got, as I showed you, I've got that shooting head. It's just a 22-foot head that helps get the line out, load the rod up. Then I go right to my sink tip. So I've got a 10-foot T14 on right now because I am in a little bit faster water. I've shown other shows I've used T11s. I actually even go with the intermediate 3 and 5 when I'm using longer like 20-foot length, or no, 6-foot length down to my jig. But right now I've got my T14 on, and I usually do a full length. So it's, you know, probably 3 feet, a few feet, 2.5, 3 feet to my fly. So again, sometimes when I'm fishing slower water, I'll lengthen out the leader a bit. I'll go with 4 up to 6 feet, especially when I'm using a jig, because really I'm just dapping with a jig, so I go long. But here, with faster water and a sink tip, you want to keep your fly in tune with the sink tip, because your sink tip's down near the bottom. You want your fly down there too. So again, keep it short. I always just measure up to my shoulder, down to my extension of my arm, to my fly. It's a perfect way to measure up. And that's what I'm having all my luck on today. And it's been working fantastic. Been a busy morning.
I'll say.
You know, we're trying to only film the select coho now, the bigger ones. And you say this one might be a little bit bigger?
Yeah, he looks pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at the way they scrap, eh? So good. Oh, I got him. Nice. Nice. Beautiful.
I put on the Judas Priest.
Yeah, Judas. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, with the little
Yeah.
rubber legs.
And buttons.
Nice size.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
That's pretty well our standard size this
Yeah.
year, isn't it?
Yeah. They're all in that
Every
6
day-
to 8 pound range.
Yeah, and every day we're getting, you know, 10 to 12 of these guys.
Yeah.
But they're all just, look at how thick they are, right?
Yeah.
And look at, see, that guy's still got sea lice
Well,
marks
yeah,
on
there
him,
is
doesn't he?
marks. Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
They've run all the
Look
way
at
up. Yeah. Yeah, look
They're
at
just
that.
gorgeous fish. Gorgeous. There he goes. Look at how fat they are too. They're just beautiful. Off he
Big
goes.
and bulky.
To
Make
do
his
his
way
thing.
back out.
Yeah, another coho.
All
Lots of
right.
coho today.
Lots of coho.
So now
today.
we're going to focus on big fish only. Steelhead. Steelhead.
Steelhead.
Instead of my little midget guy,
Still
we
your
need
little
big
guy.
steelhead.
We have got some nice ones also.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the day and you learned something new. You know, again, critical to have the sink tips. It's my favorite way of fishing. Sink tips is probably the most popular way to fish the Skeena. Again, you got to get down in front of the fish if you want to catch fish, and it is a great technique to use. So when you're out here, take care. conserve our waters, and we'll see you next time we take you sport fishing on the fly.